Okay, being 6 o'clock, I'm going to call this meeting to order and ask that you all join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from May 5th. So I'm looking for a motion.
Move we approve.
For a second? Second. Discussion, changes? You okay? Okay. You okay, Chris? Ready, all set? Okay. All those in favor of approval of the May 5th minutes for the meeting, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Kent, I'm going to let you lead off with our recognition for today.
Great. Good. Ask Mrs. Danielle to stand and join us over here. You just join us right here. Thank you. Sir?
Please.
So if we can just, yep, face the audience this way. Here we are. Wonderful. Good balance. All right, there we go. So it's my pleasure tonight to introduce our 2014 Guilford Champions for Children. This is Barbara and Bob Danielle. They were nominated through our school district for our annual award for recognizing people who have made an exceptional contribution to the students and the children of this community. So with that introduction and this brief beginning, we have a couple of people who would like to speak on some of the accomplishments and contributions that you've made for the community. We'd like to start with our chair, Sue Allen.
Thank you. Bob and Barbara's generosity has touched so many children in our community and beyond. This way of recognizing you for this award is just a small way to say thank you and let our community and school district know all that you have done for our children. In 1996, along with Reverend Raymond Wixon from the Guilford Community Church, they established a scholarship fund for students attending college. And I have to say, through their assistance, many of our students have been able to pursue their dreams of attending college. Their influence has had an even larger impact with their financial support of the building of the Guilford Youth Center. The construction of the Youth Center has created a safe environment for so many children, from providing a gymnasium for the nursery school children and the community and after-school programs, a venue for fundraising, birthday parties, parks and rec activities in our town, summer camp, and many more opportunities. And I have to say, in all honesty, the Danielles have been very supportive of the youth, and their contributions has made a definite difference in Guilford. And thank you both.
I'd like to have Scott Hodgson from the Guilford Youth Community Center.
You're nervous, aren't you?
They don't even know what it is.
Again, my name is Scott Hodgson. I'm the director of the Guilford Youth Center and also the youth director at the Guilford Community Church. I'm very honored to be here tonight to speak about Barb and Bob. It's very hard to find the words that describe the generosity of these two people. I guess it's easy to say in one short sentence that Barb and Bob gave this community the Guilford Youth Center. But it's much more than that. For 5 years now, we have hosted so many various programs and events. Like if you came on May 18th, if you stopped by the Youth Center on a Sunday, you would have seen our gymnasium filled with mattresses. Very odd if you ask me. But those mattresses and selling those mattresses raised money for the Guilford Pops, the Performing Arts, and the Guilford High French Club. And that's what the Daniels gave to this community. Now, most of you are probably working around 10 a.m. on a Tuesday during the winter months, as am I. But at that time, if you stopped by the Youth Center, you'd see the Laconia Head Start program. dozens of kids running through our doors. I mean, I can't explain the excitement of these kids. And this is a program for families that are struggling financially. That, and being able to offer that program to the Laconia Head Start is just another gift that the Daniels gave to this community. If you stop by the Guilford Youth Center after school every day, you'll see 20, 30 kids playing basketball, playing ping pong, hanging out with friends, giving me a hard time. But what you're really seeing is our kids having a safe place to go following school hours. One of the greatest gifts the Daniels gave to this community. I can go on and on. I can talk about how St. Baldrick's and how they're using the youth center to raise money for children's cancer research. That will be happening this Saturday. If you have something to do, you can come and stop by. You shave your head. Their gifts continue each day, and with new and exciting programs that benefit this community, improve the quality of life for both children and adults. With this gift, they've made Guilford a better place to live. Now, like I said, I work for the church as well, and I've been part of the scholarship fund that you spoke of. And the number of kids that they have impacted over the years is just another reason why words can't describe the generosity and love they have for this community. So thank you for having me.
Just two other of the many functions that take place over there that we really need to acknowledge in this evening as well. Our Guilford High School senior prom has been held at the Youth Center for the past 2 seasons, and is also now the headquarters for our new Guilford Gut Lunch program, which we feed students and children in our community through the summer. So on and on and on, the gifts continue to come to the children in this community. So with all of that, we would have your name inscribed with our past champions, 2 of them standing to your right. Sue Allen, our initial champion for children, and Frank Weeks, who was last year's recipient. So we're very glad to have 4 of our champions standing here before us. So we have a small token for you to bring home this evening, to hang as a reminder of this evening. This will be in the district, and again, a small letter of thanks from the district to you as well.
Thank you.
So, thank you. Never know when the next one. Thank you.
Is that open?
Where's Billy?
Okay, brief with the remainder of the superintendent's report. You see I shared with you an email from Mr. Vlaschek he received from a Guilford Middle School student, Ava Doris.
Hi.
Ava wrote to Mr. Vlaschek, Mr. Vlaschek, thank you so much for making iRobot come to GMS. It was an amazing experience I'll never forget. It was so much fun playing with a robot. Now I definitely want to be a technological personnel or Pomp Squad personnel. Thank you very much, Ava Doris. Mr. Vlaschek and Mr. Witham had made an arrangement for a representative from the company iRobot to come to the middle school and put up a presentation for the students, and it was quite an event, very significant for our kiddos over there. Meadows Golf Tournament took place a week ago, raised over $4,000 towards the Meadows project. We'll be talking about that a little bit later in the meeting. Guilford Gut Lunch, you heard a little bit about, also is at play, and Scott is here. And if when we finish this part, we may want to move his Gut Lunch report forward. More items later in the agenda on the energy management and the secondary schools consortium. So that's it for me.
So you want to do that lunch right now?
If it pleases the chair.
Sure. Scott, do you want to speak about that lunch?
Yes. Right now, under the umbrella of the Guilford Youth Center, we are hosting a program called Guilford Gut Lunch. It's been in the papers, and we're trying to spread the word as much as possible. It is not something that we invented. Laconia has been doing it for several years now, and we heard about it, and we visited with them. And what it does is there are so many kids that qualify for free or reduced lunches during the school year. And then the need was, well, when school ends, do these kids have a healthy meal during the summer months? And that's what Laconia Gut Lunch started with, providing these kids with lunches throughout the summer. So we met with them and we created Guilford Gut Lunch, and it's run through the youth center, but it's really a community-based program. We've worked directly with Kent and the school board and the school nurses to try to make sure that every kid gets a healthy lunch throughout the summer months. We have a website right now, which is guilfordgutlunch.com. Families can register their child up. It's not an application process where you're denied or approved. Anyone that signs up for it will get a free lunch through the summer months. There's also an opportunity for people, members of the community, to volunteer. We need drivers, we need baggers. It really takes a large group of people to run this. We've partnered with the New Hampshire Food Bank. I know the Guilford Elementary School just Katie Bryant ran a wonderful fundraiser to raise canned goods. And it's really coming along right now, and we start in a few weeks. And we're very excited. So if you want to be involved and want to learn more about the program, you could stop by the youth center, visit the website, because we could sure use the help. Thank you.
Thank you. Do any board members have any questions on the Gut Lunch program? Thank you.
Yep.
Great. Next, we're going to move into reports. I'm going to start with the elementary school.
Great. As you can see from my report, the last week of May into the first week of June is all about assessing students and looking at their growth over the year. So most of that data is not available or ready to go to the board for this meeting. We were able to take the NEWA test for 4th grade sooner than in past years, so we're able to pull this together for the report. So I think it shows some nice growth. This, although it's not the same test, it tests the same concepts. So as you can see with our math for kneecap, we were 71% proficient for our current 4th graders. In the same cohort, same students taking the NEWA in the spring, when you look at the data, we're at 93.5% proficient. We were able to move 22 students to 5 students, so of the partially proficient or substantially below proficient, and that's what we'd like to see. So that's definitely cause for some celebration and to really show that both students and learners alike have been working hard this year. And also in reading, you can see at the kneecap we were at 66 proficient with 11 students substantially below proficient. And in the spring NEWAs, which also test reading, we're at 92% with 1 student being substantially below proficient. So that's a cause for celebration. The 4th grade teachers have all gotten this information, and kudos to the students and the teachers who have really worked hard. The next page is the benchmarks for AIMSWeb. As you know, we started AIMSWeb testing to benchmark the students 3 times in both math and reading. So this is grade 1, 2, 3, and 4. It shows the average performing student and how they benchmark each one of those sessions, so fall, winter, and spring. And so we've continued to increase our average performance, so that is good news. Also wanted to talk about community, lots of community events, and the students at the high school for student council came over on May 22nd, did an awesome job on the front lawn. As you probably noticed as you came in, lots of weeding, lots of yard work. They worked really hard, and it was awesome to see them come out and what a great job they did. And also the Boy Scouts were on the trail, came out beautiful. There were lots of tree limbs, and there was a huge tree across the trail, and they cut that right up, stacked it up nicely on either side. So it's been wonderful to have the community support here at the elementary school, so we want to say thank you to all of those who are involved in that. And then we also wanted to talk about a visit that several staff members and myself went to Gilmington School for the day. We met with their teachers, K, 1, 2, 3, and 4, separate time frames, and we were able to observe some classrooms and really talk to them about things that they're doing, their schedule, and We found that classroom teachers meet vertically each week, K through 2, and then they also meet as 3rd and 4th grade for 30 minutes every week, and they also meet at grade level. So that was, I thought, was very interesting. We like the idea that Spanish lessons start in kindergarten and they go all the way through. They actually partner that with art, and so that was pretty interesting to find out. And then that teachers there also do share students across grade levels if they find that they're academically ready for a 4th grade reading group, or if they're in 3rd grade. So we saw a lot of similarities, which was nice to see, and we definitely want to continue to have regular conversations with Gilmanton, have them over here and continue that. And when I was looking at the assessments, I can't help but think about the summer slide, which is like a metaphor for falling behind in math and reading and writing skills. So trying to brainstorm some ways that we can give kids that extra boost. We have Dreambox, which is our math. We have Big Universe. We have several online resources, but we also have the Math Academy that's going on this summer. We have Title I. We have special ed tutoring. So there's lots of ways that in the summer we can help all kids not experience that summer slide and keep them going. And so we thought it'd be nice to have some kind of motivating way to first get that information out to parents, give them some resources about how to track reading minutes and how to have some fun online with math and just how much practice they should be doing over the summer. And hopefully pulling together some kind of summer slide cookout or barbecue to really motivate the kids who have been working hard all summer. So we're looking at 2 different dates in the summer to just bring kids in and really congratulate them and keep them motivated through the summer to keep working hard. Any questions?
Questions?
Danielle, on the first page where you've got the kneecap and the NEWA scores. Now the kneecap exams in the fall were actually testing the students' proficiency in 3rd grade.
That's correct.
3rd grade level. Now the NEWA in the spring, was that actually testing 4th grade?
4th grade, yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so,
It's the same students though, so,
okay.
yeah.
I understood.
Yep.
Okay, and how similar are the 2 exams? I mean, are we comparing, apples and oranges or apples and potatoes?
They're the same concepts, and what the state performance tracker does is they actually align those cut scores. So a proficient with distinction and a NEWA is aligned to what a proficient with distinction is for kneecap. So therefore we are comparing apples to apples.
Anyone else?
Another one.
Sure.
Okay, so then on the second page where you have the Ames web, what exactly do the benchmarks mean? As I'm looking at those charts, I see improvements from the fall through the winter and the spring. But when I see a benchmark of 55.5 points in math, what does that actually mean?
So that's the number of points that they get within 8 minutes for math computation. So there's a target score of say 48 or 50, and in each grade level it changes, and each fall, winter, and spring the target also changes. So this is just showing the average score that the 1st grade class got in the fall was 15 on that math computation.
So this is showing improvement, but it's not necessarily showing where they stack up compared to where they're supposed to stack up.
Absolutely, it doesn't compare to the target. You can obviously pull that report out. This is just to show across the school where they're at with average scores. So you could take this next year and you can compare those 2 charts, but you're right, we have that down to the grade level and down to the classroom. Here's your kids, if it was 38, 2 of your kids did not meet the target. And we definitely have that information, we share that with the teachers.
Anyone else?
One more.
Go ahead.
And this is actually more of my annual exercise in tilting and windmills. But the best way we could avoid the summer slide would be to move from the 19th century agrarian model of not having school in summer to align ourselves with the rest of the industrialized world and actually have classes throughout the summer. Sooner or later, somebody has to make movement in this. Why not us? Why not? I'm serious, you know?
I know that.
It is really ridiculous, and it's actually hurting our kids, and there is, unless somebody convince me otherwise, I don't think there's any convincing reasons as to why we continue to follow this model, other than that's just the way we've always done it. So much for tilting of windmills yet again.
Anyone else? All right, thank you, Danielle.
Croc TV.